Oh. Hello? Hello? You want something? You want something? Hi? Ah, my God. Yep. Yep, Yep. Gonna do a quick live stream. Then go to sleep. Can't I stay offline? Yo, Pickles the Gaijin, bruh. We got some business to discuss. Real talk. I need you on my podcast first. First and foremost, I need you on the podcast, my boy. My audio interface right now is my MacBook. I usually use a what the hell is it called? Yamaha AG06. Are you trying to start a thing? Yo, I'm in Hiroshima. Welcome back, everybody. Purple Drain. What's going on? Welcome back to the bad hotel internet stream. And look, you can see my nipples through my shirt. Maybe I shouldn't wear this. Oh yeah, nipples through my shirt. I'm wearing nipples through my shirt. The final stream. The final internet stream. Today we're gonna be talking about being an entrepreneur. Okay, look at me. I'm fucking Gary V. Telling you guys how to live your life. All right, you gotta be hustling, because if you're not living and breathing your brand, you are honestly messing it up. I'm joking. Free the nipples. What's going on, boys and girls? My name is Maydaysan. And last week we had a stream. What did we have the stream about? We had the stream about I don't know. I was just like lonely or something. So, but this week we got ourselves a new beer. It is not a new beer. It is Ebisu French Pilsner. If you guys haven't tried this yet, it's by Joel Robertson. Definitely not a Japanese guy. Yeah. So, why are we streaming right now? Because I have some news for you. And that news is that you shouldn't believe news. I'm joking. News is 2 days from now, a new video is coming out. Yay! And some bigger news is, if you are a fan of the channel, if you have gone above and beyond, or if you like to interact with the community the most, you have already seen the new video. Because there's early access right now on the channel. Early access for Discord members and Patreon members. This week was a little bit weird because I decided to do it so impromptu. Oh, what's up, Dale? Hello, my name is Haru. I thought your name was Adeo. How you doing? Welcome. What's up, Andy? What's going on, yo? My new ebook is out, guys. My new ebook is now out. My new ebook is called How to Break Japan. And it's a book about how I got fired. And here's my story. I wear a hat inside and I wear a blazer on top of an undershirt. And I'm the most successful brand ambassador in Japan at the moment. If you're not following my channel, if you're not buying my ebook right now for $39.99 Black Friday sale, $39.99, usually $159.99 for my ebook, you are seriously missing out. What are you waiting for? Go to the checkout right now. Buy my new ebook, How to Be Cool, at thisisascam.com. Let me tell you all something. This is my British accent, yeah? And a lot of the De Niro. Is that what you do? But seriously, guys, I wanted to talk about something today. About the brand. What we're going to be doing moving forward with this brand. And I wanted to tell you guys straight from the horse's mouth, unedited and uncut. Number one, there's going to be a huge, get used to, Pickles the Gajin was saying it, why you online so much, me boy? Because I have made a goal, okay, to get better lighting. That's the first thing I'm going to do. There we go. Right here, right under the refrigerator. My goal, guys, let's stop beating around the bush here, okay? Because I actually want to ask you first before I tell you mine. What, for anybody living in Japan, okay, listen to me right now, okay? I know I'm going to sound like some sort of like some lifestyle YouTuber or whatever, but I'm going to tell you right now because this is the talk you need to hear right now. This is what you need to hear, and you know it. And you know it. You know you need to hear this, okay? And that is, I'm going to tell you right now, okay? I'm going to tell you right now, right after these messages. Right after these messages. 暑い日に寒い日にも恵比寿プレミアムフレンチプルスすっきり Okay, that was a good commercial. We're back. I'm going to tell you right now, okay? I'm going to ask you the question that you have been asking yourself for the last 2 or 3 months, whatever. What are you doing with your life? I said it. I'm going to get the hell out of here now. I'm going to let you think about that. What are you doing with your life? I'm going to let it sit. Rather, what is your ultimate goal? What is your ultimate goal in life? And I'm not saying everybody has to be ambitious. Everybody has to be, the next entrepreneur, the next big thing, right? Nobody has to be that. Nobody has to be that. Some people, they just want to be corporate slaves. Some people just want to have a normal life, have family, whatever. And, even these days, let's be honest, that is a pretty extraordinary thing to do because, okay, boomer. But yeah, what are you doing with your life? And what is your ultimate goal in your life? If you find yourself, and this is where I found I don't know why I give you guys advice. I have nothing to back myself up on this, but I'm just telling you guys as a friend. What is your ultimate goal? Especially those of you who kind of feel like if you feel like you're just floating through life, just waiting for life to happen to you, or waiting for something to happen, telling you right now, nothing is going to happen. About a year and a half ago, and 2 years now, I was in that very exact same state. I was in the exact same state where I just wanted to be an English teacher for the rest of my life and just have a family and have kids and just do the normal thing. And you know what? That's completely fine. There are people who want that. But if you want something more than this right now, you can do it. And I know it sounds weird. I know I sound like Gary Vee. I'm wearing the beanie inside the house. I'm wearing a blazer on top of a t-shirt. I know I sound like Gary Vaynerchuk right now, but I'm telling you right now, there is literally, and it's crazy. It's crazy AF. There's literally nothing stopping you from doing what you want to do except you. And I think for me that was the biggest struggle. And the hardest part was not deciding what I wanted to do, but was swallowing my pride and accepting that this is not what I wanted, and this is not okay, and I wanted something more, and I didn't want to be a corporate slave. And once I kind of, and I don't take credit for any of this because this was asked by a good friend of mine. Damn it. This was asked by a good friend of mine because he asked me this. He asked me this same question. Do you want to be a salaryman? I said, I don't want to be a salaryman. And I know a lot of us get that social pressure to conform to society. And it is very, very exemplified in Japan. And, it takes a lot of pride to be able to say, you know what? It takes a lot of humility to be like, you know what? I am not as cool as I think I am. And I need to kind of step back and look at myself objectively about what I want and what I want to do in my life. And, once you kind of realize that, what it was for me? It was kind of like once I realized what I was actually capable of and I kind of stepped outside, I kind of started to really step outside the main quest line. I realized that you can do it. You can. And I had a video on Instagram this morning about wanting to be a corporate slave owner. No. The join. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Before we get back to this, welcome to the stream, Kevin, Purple Drain, Sierra, everybody, Andy, everybody in here. What I realized, and I was kind of reflecting on this. If you haven't followed me on Instagram, I'll tell you right now, follow me on Instagram, Maydaysan with 2 N's. I've actually started a vlog channel on there. I've actually started vlogging. Oh my God, who would have thought? I've started doing kind of little daily, semi-daily vlogs and kind of lifestyle update kind of vlogs on Instagram TV. So make sure you follow me on Instagram if you want to know what I'm up. If you want to know what I'm up to every day on a daily basis, make sure you follow me on Instagram, Facebook. Yeah, honestly, my and I'm telling you right now, like, how do I say this? I'm getting off track here, but how do I say this to you guys? What is up, everybody? It really is like if you really want something, if you want to succeed, okay, for anybody here who's a YouTuber in Japan or whatever, or everybody, what the hell am I chewing on? Anybody who is not a salaryman, okay, or has ambitions to be more than what they're labeled in life, okay, because in America, I'm not from America, so anyway, in the Western society, your job defines who you are, and that is what's up. So I'm a doctor. I am nothing else. I am not an artist. I'm not a person who cares about this. I'm not the person who interacts with the community, and that is kind of what kind of mentally blocks us and kind of stops us from trying to be more than what we could be. And I personally think that it takes a lot of pride. It takes a lot of pride, and it took me a lot of pride. I had to swallow my pride a lot to leave what was right, to leave what was the right path, right? I had the corporate job. I had the bonuses. I had the benefits. I had the social acceptance. And what kind of got to me today is I was on Twitter during training, and I was kind of looking, and my friend, my boy, who I always talked to back in Canada, he was like saying, he's like, oh, what do you do now? I'm like, oh, I went back to English teaching. And then he said, you went back? And I said, I do English teaching. He's like, you went back to English teaching? And it's really weird that he said that because, and I thought about that. I was like, what do you, like, in my mind, it's like, I went back? Did I take us? And it made me ask this question is, did I take a step backwards with my career choice? And I'm sure, like, a lot of us think as English teachers in Japan is not, are we taking a step backwards, but not only are we taking a step backwards by not being in our home countries and getting a real job and integrating to society, but are we not advancing? Are we not moving forward with things? And I think that comes from the idea that we are defined by our careers, and we let ourselves be defined by our careers. So, kind of like, are we stuck? Yes. See, are we stuck here? And honestly, objectively speaking, objectively speaking, in Japan, if you are a low skill worker and you have no special talents, I'm going to tell you straight up right now, if you have like no special talents, you're just like a regular man's coming here, teaching English, drinking chew high, drinking strong, going out, getting drunk every night, blah, blah, blah. And you're wasting your nights, not working on anything, just going home, sleep, have sex with your right hand kind of thing. Japan is not going to provide anything for you. There is no opportunity. There is no opportunity, because if you don't take it, and even in your own countries, if you're just going through the motions and not trying to make advancements in your life, then you're not going to get anywhere. And I kind of learned that here, because you literally can be an English teacher and never get a pay raise for the rest of your life in Japan. You literally can. And there's no opportunity for advancement. Not like if you're not Japanese and you work a Japanese company, the longer you're there, that's just how you get. And Tokeni Andy said in his video about getting a job in Japan. If you're there, you're eventually going to get raises. You're eventually going to get promotions. But we're not Japanese people. We can literally stay in the same spot forever. Forever. You can. You see those people. You go to your eikaiwa, you see the 45-year-old guy who has kids, who lost his kids, whose ex-wife divorced him, and now they live in Shizuoka, and now he has to go visit them every other weekend because he literally didn't change anything. And that is the saddest reality. And it's something I face every day, something you guys face every day, something we all face every day as English teachers. And because we let our careers define who we are. Oh, I'm just an English teacher. I'm never going to do anything with my life. And that's fine. And some people settle for that. But there are a lot of people, there's a lot of young people in the Discord who are just talking in the Discord like, oh, I want to make art. I want to do this. I have an ambitions. I want to be a YouTuber. I want to do this. And some of those people, those are the same people who say that, who will just go out every night, drink, not work on their product, not work on their brand, not work on anything, and just go through life. Of course, you should have a break. Of course, you need rest, and of course, you need time. But one thing that I realized is that for me and my goals and what I want to do and how badly I wanted it, and how badly I want it, right? Or how badly you may want it, you have to make a choice. And I think in Japan, especially in Japan, if you choose not to be a salaryman, okay, this is I know in Canada or America or whatever, the land of opportunity is kind of endless. Like you can kind of do whatever you want. But in Japan, if you're not married, okay, and I wouldn't recommend getting married just to get a visa. That's dumb. Like you pretty much have English, recruiting, or like IT. If you came here with the IT skill or whatever, or you came here from a good company, you built a career up in your other country and you came here. But if you're one of those people who just went to college, it's like, I'm going to teach English in Japan for a year, and then now you're here in your fourth year, you got to be working on something, because when you come home, it's going to be so much harder to reset your life. And we had a podcast with, what was her goddamn name again? I forgot her name. But she was on the podcast, and she kind of talked about how it was such a struggle to get a job back home after only 2 years, because she basically didn't work on anything back in Japan. Angela, that was it. Yes. And what's up, Carl? What are you doing? We're just, I don't know, I'm getting into some weird drunk talk right now. But as somebody said in the chat here before, if you return to a temporary contract with low pay, then I would say it was a step down. I'm lucky. I don't know. Somehow the stars always align for me, and everything kind of just works out. Whenever something bad happens to me, I guess I'm lucky. But like, I'll give you the cold hard numbers. So I was working at an office job, 250,000 yen, 250,000 yen, 10% commissions, and bonus in May, double salary, 1.5 hour commute. Hours were 9 o'clock to 5:30, and I was working as an ALT. When I was an ALT, I was getting 230,000, including transportation. So like 230,000 or 220 or something like that. And then I was also working part-time for a little bit extra money. What's up, Roseweb? I was getting a little bit extra money working at overtime, working at things. So in total, I was making about, I'd say 260 or 270 or 80, 270. Let's say I was making 270, working 2 jobs, and also working on the channel at the same time. And for a number of years, I was also doing a live stream like on Twitch, and I was doing that. And um, the thing was like from an objective standpoint, from the way society sees it, I looked like just a regular, salary man or whatever, right? Or not salary man, like an English teacher, English teacher, right? And we all have those friends that are like, oh yeah, I'm starting to, you know how many friends I've seen in my past life, like like on Instagram, they start a YouTube channel or they start a project and they do it for like a month and then they stop and they never do it again, and then now they're just a regular retail worker or something. I've always been sad. I've always been kind of sad when I see that, because it's like, bro, you like, you had a passion, you gave up, like, why? And that was before taxes, 270 before taxes. I personally don't have IT skills, so that's why I can't work in IT, and I don't think I'd ever want to, because I am a people person and I like to talk to people and I like to work with people. I don't like to just work at a computer unless it's for like a video creative, something creative, then that's fine. But yeah, I was getting 270 before taxes. No, after taxes. I'd say about 270 after taxes. And then after, like, I take out, maybe, like, honestly, I would have like 100,000. I would have like 100,000 yen after all the expenses, and then I would send money home too. So I send money home, so I'd get about like, I'd probably have a good like 80 or 90, 80 or 90, and then my part-time job would bring me back up to like 1,200. But yeah, so my advice is, like, if you are any kind of creative kind of person, like, and I literally, what I did, what kind of like helped me make that decision to leave a promising job that could probably give me a good career path in the future if I wanted to take the standard meta path. What really kind of pushed me away from that lifestyle and that life is, honestly, and I'll tell you, swear to God right now, and it sounds cheesy AF, it's because of you guys. It is because of you guys. Because before, when you're making things for yourself or whatever, it's kind of just a cool hobby, right? But when you start making things and you start taking it serious, well, I've always been taking it serious and I've always had goals, and to see that kind of flourish and to see that kind of everything just kind of start to come together and people starting to take notice, and then the fact that I had this real job now, and I was so proud of it. Oh, my mom's gonna be so proud that I got a real job, and they'll stop bugging me to come back home whenever they call me. And whenever I tell people what I do for work, I can say, "Oh yeah, I work for a company now." Like, I threw that away for you guys because honestly, I had no time. I had no energy to work on anything. All I wanted to do when I got home was just chill out, relax, and play Call of Duty or something. Like, I didn't want to work on anything. I was too tired to wake up early in the morning. And for only a little bit more pay, I couldn't bring myself to, one, lie to myself basically that I could tolerate this job, and lie to the company that I had some relationship with before I actually joined them, and lying to you guys that I would give you quality content. Because I remember, because when I first started that job and I released the first video after that week of working there, it was ass. What did I release? It was like some stupid video. It was like, it wasn't even good. I think it was like the rugby video or something. Like, it was just some half-assed video. And I hated that feeling of just letting you guys down and letting myself down. Because when I work on something, I put everything I can into it. I put everything I can into it, and I put all my eggs in the basket. This morning, I woke up at 9 o'clock, and usually last week I would just like kind of just chill out, whatever. This week I spent 4 hours just responding to your guys' comments, making posts for the future, working on content, working on ideas, responding to comments, talking to you guys on Twitter, talking to everybody, because it's what I like, and it's what I like to do, and I'm passionate about these things. And I think for anybody who wants to pursue something and they have a passion for it, never ever give up on it. I'm telling you, because if you give up on it, and I've given up before, and I've given up so many times in my life, until about 2 years ago, where my friend told me to call me out on it. He's like, dude, you always give up on things. The reason why you're even in Japan right now is because you gave up on life in Canada. You always cut halfway. When the going gets tough, you cut, you leave. And then when I left my job at the office job, my girlfriend was telling me the same thing. It's because I was like, and I was saying, oh, maybe I should just go home. It's like, why? Where's the Mason who was trying so hard for weeks and weeks and weeks to build this channel, to do all this, to do all that, and now you're just quitting, you just want to leave because it's too hard, because it's too, it's not like you don't like Japan anymore. Like, what a waste. And I'm fortunate that my girlfriend pushes me so hard, because she just says, like, you have so much talent, and honestly, it's a waste if you just give up and leave, and you're just wasting your talents all the time. And I'm told that all the time. And I know we have to be humble. You be humble. You say, like, yeah, I'm not that great. There's still a lot to learn. But there's also a fine line where you have to accept that, yes, you are great. You deserve everything hard that you worked for. You deserve it. And objectively speaking too, like, if you're working hard on a project and then you're not getting any return out of it, it's not that you're not worth it. It's just that maybe you need to change something. Maybe you need to look at the feedback. Maybe you have to look at your content again. Because honestly, as somebody who works in marketing, like, honestly, if your content is not outstanding in today's social media landscape, you're not going to poke through. You're not going to poke through the saturated market. It's not a joke. I'm sorry to tell you. I had to tell you. If you're going out here and you're making generic videos, if you wouldn't watch your own videos, and if you want to watch your own videos and you don't enjoy making what you're doing and you're just trying to be meta, and I've been there, I've tried to just make videos to just try to trend jack. I tried to be a trend jacker. I tried to do that for a while, and I wasn't passionate about it. First of all, your videos will suck because you don't care about it. And second of all, everybody and their mother's doing the same thing. So what's the point? You need to be unique in everything you do. And sometimes the conditions just don't work out. Sometimes you need to adapt to the situation. I made some of the most unique, from what I was told, I made some of the most unique things on Twitch, but I was targeting the wrong market and the wrong geographical market, so I couldn't get any growth from it, because I kind of set myself up for disaster. And I knew to cut it loose and try something else. It didn't mean I was giving up. It just meant I was shifting gears. And I think that's what a lot of us creators who are kind of stuck. If you're stuck and you find yourself stuck and you're not growing, that means you have to change something. Something has to shift gears. You have to get some feedback from your community, get some feedback from your friends, talk about it, swallow your pride. You're not the greatest. One of the newest members, and I'm gonna give him my name, Japan the Andy, or the Andy-san, like before he kind of joined my community, and I'm gonna throw you a compliment, man, because honestly, like, you what is it, when my head gets big, he like pops my head down, and he kind of puts me in place that I don't know everything and I'm not the greatest. And I think we all need somebody like that, who just tells you straight to your face, like, why? Like, why are you not doing this? Or like, why are you doing this? And you need to kind of be put straight. But yeah. Sorry, I gotta catch up with all your comments here. Let's see here. Originally did IT in my own home country. Continue doing it here. I honestly mostly continue to contribute because of the pay, saving future goals. In order to do my own thing, gotta get that cash. You know what? I respect that as well. As long, Purple Drain, as long as you actually do your own thing and actually go through with it, and you're not making excuses. You're not making excuses someday, but start today on whatever your passion is. Start doing it tomorrow or today. The smallest thing, and just start doing it, because it's so easy to get caught in that. Oh, I'm gonna do it someday. It is so easy. That's just us as humans, right? But I respect that. Indiana Jones, what's happened? You got a quick job and starting a new job? Yes, I'm starting on Friday. I'm in training right now, but I officially start my new job on Friday, and then we're back to the English gig as a side hustle. I loved that idea. Somebody on Twitter told me, she's like, I'm like, oh, I'm back to English teaching. I'm starting to feel the social pressures. But he literally told me, like, dude, English teaching is your side hustle. English teaching is your side hustle while you work on what you wanted and where you work on your passions. And when you flipped on that, what he told, it blew my mind. Like, boom. It literally, that's it. If you think about your job as just your side hustle paycheck and your full thing is a passion, boom, it just solidified my entire thing. I was like, oh my God, he's right. He's right. I chose this job because it was going to give me the most amount of, it's going to pay me the most amount of money for doing the least and give me the most amount of time to do what I want, which is why I've chosen not to take another part-time job, to not take a part-time job this year, and to just use the rest of my time to focus on this channel. And how am I going to how am I going to get more money? I'm just going to save money. You can literally save so much money if you stop going out. If you stop going out and you stop going out to restaurants and drinking, holy crap, you save so much money. When I didn't have a job in September, I stayed home, didn't do shit. I saved like 80,000 yen or something like that. It was nuts. Of course, I went crazy. If you don't have any passions, that's a lie. You're lying to yourself. You have a passion. The easiest way to think about what you are passionate about, Sahamat, is think about when you were a child and what you always enjoyed doing. That's your passion. It doesn't have to be something big. It could be a hobby. Guys, you don't have to be the next YouTube creator. Just make sure you're enjoying your life. If you live in Japan, dude, we can literally die like tomorrow. Like, I know people say, oh, you could die tomorrow. You can literally die tomorrow. There could be a big-ass earthquake tomorrow, tsunami, that's it. You live by the coastline, you're done. Your whole life's in shambles, right? Mount Fuji is going to erupt in the next 5 years. If you're near that, you're done. Like, guys, we can literally die tomorrow. So it's either, yeah, you have an option. Live your life to the fullest or get the hell out of here. People who come to Japan are just quitters. I found that before I came to Japan. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people who only come here because, and you know, I don't bash that. I don't bash that decision, right? Because I did the same thing, right? It's just how it is. But if you quit your life back home, at least try to make something out of it here. If you're not happy, if you're completely content with the current lifestyle, whatever, then go ahead. But if you're somebody who's like going to those bars and talking about big ideas and never actually going through with them, then you got to do something, right? Roseweb, if you do not have any passion, then you don't have any passion. Just do what you need to make money and survive. Well, we spoke about that. It's okay to go back to your home company and start a new adventure. Yeah, that's completely fine too. It's a completely viable option. And I think the biggest part for any of us making big decisions that is swallowing your pride. It is swallowing your pride. It's a lot of pride pride. Pride can take us places and move us forward, but pride can also hold us back. And you have to swallow that pride. Like this. When you're poor, money can be your passion. There's an interesting book I read called Happy Money. And it's not about, well, obviously, after expenses, after your living costs, it's not about how much money you make that makes you happy. It's about how you spend your money. And not in terms of like saving money or whatever. It's about what you spend your money on. Are you spending money on things that make you happy, spending things that will last a long time that'll make you happy? So one of the best things that you can do to spend money on is experiences. Going out to dinner with friends is ironically one of the best things you can spend your money on to be happy, because What it does is that it creates memories. It creates memories that you can relive and recall and create more and last a lot longer than any piece of item will, because memories last a long time and they give off a lot of dopamine scientifically. So that's why in that book, Happy Money, it's more about what you spend your money on, and if you're consciously making money, if you're consciously spending money on things that make you happy. And that kind of really opened my eyes too. So it's like, yeah, I could live on a 40K salary for the rest of my life, but it just depends what you're spending your money on. It's all lifestyle, right? Yes, it does give you more financial freedom. It does. Honestly, it does. That's just the way the world works. But if you're financial freedom, it does. Honestly, it does. That's just the way the world works. But if you're in Japan, a lot of people are just kind of stuck. And I'll probably be stuck for the next 4 or 5 years. Like, I'm not saying I'm going to be a success in the next 6 months. I'll try to be, but I'm not saying it's impossible. But I'm saying you got to pretty much make the best of what you can, right? And stop moaning about it and make a change. Do something. Who knows? Maybe I'll have to swallow my pride again. I'll probably have to swallow my pride again. Be like, oh, I'm going to work on my channel. I'm going to be a big YouTube star. So I'm not going to get a second job because I care about my channel so much because I can't pay the rent. That's when you got to swallow. You know what? Like 2 years ago, or like a year and a half ago, that was my dilemma. I was like, oh no, I can't get a part-time job because I got to stream 3 times a week. You know what? Like 2 years ago, or like a year and a half ago, that was my dilemma. I was like, oh no, I can't get a part-time job because I got to stream 3 times a week. I gotta go for the fans and stuff like that. And I was broke, bro, and I had no money. I swallowed my pride. I got a part-time job, and whoo, it was so much easier. And I also like being busy. I don't like being not busy because then I start to procrastinate and I start to play Call of Duty all day. Sorry guys. I'm still catching up with chat right here. Following trends is the worst. That's a double-edged sword, TXM, because number one, trend jacking is like strategically wise. If you do it well, strategically wise, it is the right thing to do because that's what people are talking about, and that's how you get your product or yourself out to those people, right? Right? The question is how you do it, right? Like I used to be on that fence too. It's like, oh, I don't want to do trends. I want to make my own original content. But if you're making content no one wants to watch, then you're gonna have a lot harder time, trying to get people. Because if you want to go viral, if you want to be successful, you have to be making. Just because what you find is funny doesn't mean anyone else will find it funny. Of course, there will be people who do, but first you just got to grab the attention first. That's why trend jacking is a really delicate skill. So like you have to be able to do it in a very elegant way, like that you're not plugging. So for me, in my example, like if I want to jump onto a trend, I have to be really good with my skit and not just kind of be really creative about it. But yeah, trend jacking also doesn't work if you do not execute it properly, because I did it before, and yeah, it is kind of tiring, and I don't want to do it too much, but there are some things that like you kind of should hop on, and you would be kind of dumb to not take that opportunity and look for an opportunity and be reactionary in the market. Maybe I should just become a marketing consultant, guys. I think that'd be pretty. I already told you about the ebook is coming, guys. Always create what you personally would enjoy. There will be a fan base for everything you're passionate about. Quality improved drastically found. Yeah. Yes. To an extent. Yes, to an extent, I would say that. Yes. For example, if I made a video on this channel about something I really wanted to make, and it was like about some random, let's say it's about tiddlies on a shoelace, like no one's gonna like enjoy that video, and the numbers speak for itself. So there is a compromise you have to make, and honestly, like YouTube has the algorithm does not play friendly with those kind of things. So if you want to be successful monetarily and kind of make and monetize and make a living off your career, then there is a compromise you have to make. But at the same time, yes, I agree. You have to be passionate about what you're doing, but also being able to adapt to the situation and being able to have a happy balance between what you want to make, what the fans want, and what would ultimately push your channel forward. And honestly, like if you get that core audience and you're outside of the growth phase and you're in the maturity stage, right now I'm in growth phase. So once you get to maturity phase where like you have a solid set of people, then you can start making whatever you want. That's the goal, man. That's the goal. But when you're in growth stage, when you're in growth stage of your product launch, which is you basically as a brand, you have to keep that ball momentum rolling. You have to keep it rolling because once you reach maturity stage, it's really hard because right after maturity stage is what? Decline. So get to maturity stage as fast as you can and then stay there as long as you can. And that's how you kind of stay relevant. It really is about relevance because, people move on, right? At the same time, you don't want to do the same thing over and over and over again. Hold on, no, okay, hold on. I'm still reading these comments, guys. Um, Let me see here. I need some friends. Yo, we can all be friends. Money comes and goes and then comes back again. Exactly. Pride comes before the fall. That's exactly. I'm trying to. I don't even know where. I don't know how long I've been rambling on. I'm trying to catch up with the comments, guys. But I'm almost there. I've been focused on college, so nothing has been posted. But okay. College is life. Yep. Capitalism forces you to abandon your past so you can afford to live a life you hate. I got tired of the salaryman lifestyle in Japan and went and taught English in Romania and Ukraine for the best human life. Japan is in everything. Do many countries to explore. That's funny because your name is Indiana Jones. Go explore the world, my dude. Maybe Japan is not the last stop for me. Right. That's why I'm trying low key to break out of the niche, but I'm still in growth phase, right? So until I hit maturity phase, I can't afford to make those decisions yet because we're still in growth phase. You're still in growth phase. So as a business and as a brand, you have to kind of think about these things. And I recommend anybody who is a content creator or looking to be an entrepreneur of some sort, you need to A, study marketing, B, read books on the subject. If you haven't to be an entrepreneur of some sort, you need to A, study marketing, B, read books on the subject if you haven't studied it, and just get yourself knowledge and get yourself making smart decisions and being conscious. Like you don't have to do everything that he did, and just get yourself knowledge and get yourself making smart decisions and being conscious. Like you don't have to do everything the book tells you, but be conscious of those decisions and actions you make, and be conscious of the things you could be doing and decide whether or not it's the right thing for you to do. I read some of these books on here. I'm like, yeah, you make and be conscious of the things you could be doing and decide whether or not it's the right thing for you to do. I read some of these books on here. I'm like, yeah, I guess that makes sense, but I don't need a Pinterest. Like Pinterest is great. You should use Pinterest. Like, but Pinterest isn't relevant to my content. So when you're reading these books about entrepreneurship, you're reading books about branding, you're reading books about content creation and productivity. You don't have to like follow everything by the book, right? You find what's relevant, or you just have it in your head. You have it in your head to just kind of know, oh, I could be doing this, and you can help other people that way, right? And become a more well-rounded individual. The more you read about your industry, the more you read about your craft, the more you know, it might not benefit you, but you can at least help other people, right? And I made some great friends just from helping them, right? Just by helping them, giving them advice. It was one of my best friends, right? Just by helping them, giving them advice. It was one of my best friends in the online landscape. We met because I was helping him. I was helping him during the middle of my stream. He came to my stream asking me about audio questions. I went out of my way after the thing, after the entire stream for 4 hours, 3 o'clock in the morning, just helping him set up his audio because people appreciate that, and I'm passionate about helping people and working with people, right? And I think that's the most important thing as a content creator and as a personality brand or whatever. You have to focus on your community. You have to focus on you guys. I have to focus on all 25, 29 of you guys in here, which is insane, by the way. I've never had so many viewers. Thank you so much. And that's why I suggest this to anybody, even in regular life, is to invest in your relationships with people and invest in making better connections with people, and not just going to a networking event and networking. Just improve the relationships you already have with the people you have now. Maybe think about them and what they're good at and genuinely give them a compliment tomorrow. That's some actionable advice right there. Think about one of your best friends and think about like what they're really good at and what you really, really appreciate about them. And then one of the best parts is like, well, if you could meet them in person, if you could, don't tell them on Facebook or internet. Just tell them to your face. Just tell them when you meet them. It's like, you know what, I really appreciate like what you do, and I really like what you do. Be genuine about it, and that's gonna help you in the long run. And it's something I want to do. I want to improve on because I what is it? I tend to like talk. I tend to like talk about myself a lot. So I'm trying to become more conscious of that. And I think that's one of the things. I was watching a video yesterday called YouTube. It was a story about Lily Singh and how YouTubers have like a YouTuber ego, and how it's so easy for us to get all these compliments and get into your head, and kind of how to just kind of bring you back down to earth. And I was just really thinking about like, I get into really bad habits. We all get into bad habits, and we have to really just be humble, but at the same time own your talents. Sorry. I love you. You could have to quit that ish. Just make videos all day, every day, and you could save a massive amount, basically. I guess it's about making your passions to a career. That's the hard part. Yeah. Honestly, yeah, that's the reality of thing. Happy money. Need some friends. Oh my god, you guys are so. I'm sorry. I'm trying to catch up. Would you recommend a long holiday to Japan before the time? Yes, 100% do that. 100% do that. That. Oh my god, agreed. I used to follow trend studying. I was video editor. Thanks. Oh my god, agreed. I used to follow trend studying. I was video editor. Thanks. That got myself good connections, which has allowed me to stop. Good connections, which has allowed me to stop. There you go. Holidays aren't going to give you any idea what you'd like to work here. There you go. Would you recommend jacking and trending as two separate activities, or is it better to combine them? It's pretty much the same thing, Patrick. It's the same thing, and I'm sorry for taking so long to respond to you. Trend jack to combine them. It's pretty much the same thing, Patrick. It's the same thing, and I'm sorry for taking so long to respond to you. Trend jacking you're just trying to catch the wave, basically. Holidays can seem like okay. I don't want to sound like that, Ciara. Sorry. Holidays is seeing the ideal thing. Yeah. It's different though. If you teach English, you jump into the old-fashioned JP business institution. What's the most helpful book you've read? Carl, the most helpful book I've read this year is definitely Gary V's Crushing It. That book is amazing. The next book I probably would say is 7 Habits of Effective People. Let me see here. Let me look at my list here. There's some great books. Happy Money for sure. Some great books. Some great books. I have them favorited here. Some really great books. Let me see here. I don't favorite a bunch of them, but I'm just trying to see what I got here. Let me look at progress. I would say there's one also called like the Fine Art of Small Talk was a good one too. I'm Surrounded by Idiots is a good one to kind of understand people. Digital Darwinism for sure. Understand people. Digital Darwinism for sure. A lot of books. There's a lot of good books. I would have to come up with a good list, but there's a lot of good books I've just kind of taken bits and pieces of. A lot of books. There's a lot of good books. I would have to come up with a good list, but there's a lot of good books I've just kind of taken bits and pieces of, which is really cool. Sorry. All right, Tony. Cool. Sorry. All right, Tony. Tony. God. Sorry, Tokini Andy. We'll see you next time, man. Thanks for coming. Where do I live in Japan? I live near Tokyo. I think I finally caught up with all the comments. Jeez. I think I'm gonna probably finish the stream soon too. Random question: what do you think is the optimal age to get a job and start earning in life, dude? Any age. I'm not a guru, but like, don't get bogged down by society telling you that you have a time limit. Honestly, like probably as young as you can. I'd say like as soon as you can. So you start saving that money, start building up your career now. Obviously, the earlier the better, but it's never too late. It's never too late. The thing you said about YouTubers letting comments go into their head, I think it happens to people when they come to Japan. You get drowned in compliments. Yes, especially as an ALT. Especially in ALT, like you get ass gas up your ass. And the kids go nuts when they see you and stuff, right? So definitely, you have to learn about humility and how to learn from the Japanese to be humble, but also know to accept that you are a talented person. And you are something special, guys. I'll tell you right now. Whew. Did we do it? Is that it? We did it. You know what I wanted to talk about today? I wanted to talk about the whole uniform fiasco. And you guys had we had some really, really great discussions on all social networks about the uniforms on the YouTube community channel page, on Twitter. We had a little bit of Instagram, a little bit. Facebook was popping off, still popping off right now. And I want to make a Maydaysan Talks podcast for that one coming up. By the way, the podcast is relaunched, guys. Looking to do every Monday. Every Monday, I want to have a podcast coming out. So I do have a few backlogged. Some of them are a little bit long because I've done some with some friends. Again, with Julian from Canton, Japan. We have some podcasts coming up. That's like a 30-minute podcast, 40-minute podcast. And then I want to do commentaries that are like 10 minutes. And I want to get you guys on the show. So what I'm going to be doing when I get back from Hiroshima, I get back to my station, I can finally start doing things. I want to make a sign-up sheet, a Google Doc sign-up sheet, so you guys can sign up for a topic on the show, or you can submit your ideas to the show and everything, and we can go through there. Also on the Patreon, I'm starting a blog, like a personal blog about my thoughts about every day, what happens to me, kind of random thoughts, kind of blog on Patreon. If you want to become a patron, you get access to that, and we can have discussions with that. Of course, patrons also get early access by 2 days as of now, as of this stream, 2 days early access to the video. So they have seen the video. This week's a little special. So the Discord has also seen the video. If you haven't joined the Discord yet, it is in the description down below, and you can join the Discord and watch the newest video right now. The newest video that comes out on Friday is out right now for Discord and patrons right now, but it is only up until 5 a.m. until 7 a.m. because after when I wake up tomorrow morning, it's going back to private so I can schedule it right on time for the launch of the video. So it is limited. So if you want to watch it, join the Discord right now in the description down below, and you can become a Discord member. It's absolutely free, obviously, and you can honestly just watch all the videos. And it's cool because the Discord has every piece of content on my entire scattered SNS brand. Is all centralized there. So like the talks, the gaming channel, everything is all centralized there. So it's nice and easy. You have a great community of people there. Ventilation channel. You can submit your ideas, feedback. I ask for feedback with the community all the time. The community helped me make that last video. The Black Friday video was from the help of the people in Discord. So if you want to go the extra mile and be part of the fun, then obviously the choice is obvious. Anyway, sorry. My Wi-Fi, my internet Wi-Fi, guys. Anyway, I don't know if you've talked about this, but how's socializing going for you in Japan, both with Japanese and other foreigners? I've been in Japan for years, and the tips from you would be great. Okay, Bcam. I want to finish the stream in an hour. It's 60 minutes. So, Bcam. Honestly, if you don't know Japanese, you're gonna have a lot of trouble making Japanese friends. If you do know Japanese, you're gonna have a lot of trouble making Japanese friends. You're gonna have another problem, which is a blessing and a curse. You're gonna be in the gaijin bubble. You're gonna have fun. You're gonna have fun talking with the foreigners, but then you're gonna be stuck in the gaijin bubble. So you want to have a healthy balance of that. I personally am not the best person to ask because I don't have any friends in Japan. Most of my friends in Japan are either gone or they moved away, or it's you guys. It's honestly you guys. Honestly, guys, like my physical circle of friends has gone down so much, but my digital circle of friends is huge now because of you guys. It is a healthy balance. You just gotta know what to expect from it. Just know in Japan that just know from the Japanese person's perspective, you will never belong in Japan, and you will never belong and be a part of that community. You only get so close. The second part is, as a gaijin, you guys will be together in this bubble together, and together you will never get that close. So you'll kind of be stuck in that bubble, but it's not all bad. There is a strong gaijin community, and you could still advance. You could still advance your career in Japan as well. The main quest line too. I did, but it wasn't for me. And sometimes I'm scared. I'm scared that maybe I am just delusional right now, and I'm just chasing nothing. What if I am just chasing nothing right now, guys? Like, what if I think? Sometimes I was thinking about this today, and when I was like working on the brand, I was like, what if I'm just delusional and I think I'm so cool, or I'm so great, and I'm so awesome, but in reality, I'm really just nobody, and I'm not doing anything. That scares me, but I have to give it a try. So just have fun. When you come here, take the risk. Make friends with as much people as you can. You're going to see a lot of people just dropping out. You're going to see a lot of people coming in and out of your life, even months or weeks, days at a time. And if you're only going to be here for a year, then, just have fun. Go to Tokyo. You'll make a lot of friends in Tokyo. Do not go to if you want to make friends and socialize, do not go to the Inaka. Another random question. Rose on alcohol, yeah. Another random question. Are you Nihonjin? Your English fluency is exceptional. I am not I'm not Japanese, man. I'm not Japanese. I'm Canadian and my blood is Filipino. Um wow, that's a reverse compliment. Does that mean my Nihongo is Jozu? Does that mean my Nihongo is Jozu? Wow. Um, Japanese is hard. You're gonna have to learn something. I used to make new friends every night and never meet them again. I just can't hope for a long-term relationship because it's so hard to make them. Yep, that is a challenge because we have a podcast on that. I made it like a few months ago called like you don't have any friends in Japan and everything is fleeting. It is true, but there are some people, there are some lucky eggs that you'll find that they will stick with it through you. By the way, do people address the Westerners gaijin? Not just the ones in Asia. That's a topic. That's a topic, Raul. Um, yeah, when you say gaijin, when you say gaijin in Japan, they think English speaker, white man. Even though technically the translation is anybody who is living outside of Japan. But Koreans have their own name. Chinese people have their own name. Indians have their own name. Chinese people have their own name, and they don't consider Asians gaikokujin. But they are. But they have like their own kind of title. Like they'll say Chugokujin or they'll say Kankokujin or something. They're not going to tell you that we are gaijin. And that's something we kind of have to like bring up. But anyway, wow, guys, this has been a great stream. It's 11 o'clock at night. I have a beer. There was a cockroach in my room last night. I told the staff, and they're like, "Moshiwake gozaimasen." I was like, and change my room though, and they're like, "Moshiwake gozaimasen." I was like, "You guys are useless." The only Japanese that I managed to keep as friends were the ones who have been overseas. Yep. When you meet internationally Japan people who have been overseas, they realize that Japan is sometimes a shit show socially. Of course, Japan has its benefits. It has the freedom and stuff. And I was telling this last stream, it was like kind of the only thing that's really keeping me here right now because like I've checked out. I've checked out of trying to become part of Japanese society. Like I haven't studied in months. Like I don't even care anymore. I'm just really trying to focus on my career and I'll be within the gaijin bubble or whatever it takes me, or be part of the international community. I don't really care anymore. The only thing I'm really here for is my girlfriend, which I love to bits. So I can't just up and leave her. Number one is sunk cost fallacy. I spent so much money and investing in my house. And C is the channel. Of course, you guys. Of course I can make video content outside of Japan, but it will be a little bit harder, especially with live streams. So, yo, what up, Andy? We're just talking about you and how like you kind of put me in check when my head is up my ass. So, thank you. The only sorry. They automatically talk to you in English if you look like a Western, even though you're not from a native English speech country and you know Japanese. Looks like you're ready for Japan, Big M. You're ready, man. You already know all the memes. I hope it's because of my channel. It's Andy. It's fucking hard to penetrate the Japanese circle. Phrasing. Yeah, don't bother, dude. Don't bother anymore. I don't even bother anymore. I'm jaded gaijin now. And now I use that jaded energy to make videos. You're already in Japan. Oh. Oh. The most boring part. Gotta go to Tokyo in order to stay sane. Ironically, I hate Tokyo. Yeah, I don't like Tokyo at all, man. Not unless you can speak Nihon. You wouldn't find it hard. De Niro face. Andy said, no matter how Japanese I learn or how I accustomed, I'll be to the fat white American gene. So why not just do me? Facts. Because that's our selling point, right? We might as well be cool because we're gaijin. Don't try to be Japanese. It's not fun being Japanese when you. No, okay, that's racist. That's racist. I'm trying to say it's not fun being Japanese when you're looking at Japan from the outside. Yes. When you look at Japan from the porch, from the looking glass or whatever, it's not fun. And the bread is in the proof is in the pudding because we make friends. Why do we make friends with international Japanese people? Because they've seen Japan through the lens of the Gaikoku and they've seen the flaws. And when you see the flaws, you're like, oh my God, this country is gonna go kill itself because it has an aging society and overworked people and 90%, what is it? 90%, 90, what is it? No drinking problems. I would never want to live in Tokyo. Guys, don't think I'm racist. I'm not racist. I'm just saying, I'm just spitting facts, bro. The proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the pudding. When a literal Japanese person lived in Japan their whole life, leave Japan, go live in America, and they come back and they're like, oh my God, I'm getting used and abused. Then yeah, I think my opinion has been proven. Because remember, as a Gaikokujin, you do not have an opinion. Right? So unfortunate. Like most of the people in Japan are really nice, and then you meet the one really rude, or one or two or three, four, five rude people who are just like racist. It's so, and it happens so rarely that it's hard to get desensitized to it. I know I make memes about the whole thing as like social commentary through comedy, but like it rarely ever happens and that's what makes it hurt even more. It's like, ooh, it came out of nowhere. Meanwhile, you're like in Canada or America, like there's like racism like everywhere because everybody's different. So like you'll see a racist comment here and there all the time, but like here it's just like, and they're passive aggressive about it, right? So third year. Yeah, I've been jaded since like I've been jaded ever since I started making this channel, and it's only made it worse. Oh, really, Farida? It's not fun to be Japanese. I was also said this phrase by a Japanese person. Yes, now I don't look like an asshole. I'm not an asshole now. If you want to hear someone trash talk Japan, get a Japanese drunk. Yeah, and they're always like this. They go like this. They go like, man, Japan, fuck. Oh, oh, Mason-san. And you're like, what? Man, when are you going home? いつ帰るの? Canada 帰国するの? It's like, fucking. The beer is not empty. It is not empty. Look at this. I'm about to prove Indiana Jones wrong. Dun, 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 dun. What'd you say? Bruh. Okay, everybody. I'd like to propose a toast to everybody in the room, all the Eikaiwa teachers, all the English teachers, everybody in Japan. 23 o'clock. I'd like to propose a toast to all of you. First of all, thank you all for your support for the past 7 months now, and I really honestly would not be here without you. Thank you so much. Today I looked at a picture. I looked at a picture on my computer of a picture back in May where I took a milestone screenshot on my phone of hitting 100 subscribers, and now thanks to you guys, we are so close to 3,000 subscribers. It's all because of you, and you guys inspire me every day with your stories, with the things you write on my comments, with the things you write in the Facebook and on Twitter, and all the day we have all our conversation. It's all thanks to you guys that the content is going to keep going, and why I have devoted the next year of my life anyway to you guys. So thank you so much. Raise your glasses. The next year of my life anyway to you guys. So thank you so much. Raise your glasses. And I hope we can be there for each other on those nights when we have nobody. Cheers. Cheers. Ting, ting, ting. Cheers, everybody. Cheers. There we go. That was my toast. It's because most foreigners only plan to stay for a year or two. That should have been me. That should have been me. Came here in June, worked at a company, Eikaiwa. I made a mistake, I got fired. And I didn't want to face the shame of having my family looking at me saying, "Wow, you couldn't even make it a year. You couldn't even make it." And I remember watching some videos like, if you're gonna stay in Japan, at least stay it out, at least stick it out for the full year because you never know what's gonna happen. And here I was, 3 months in, without a job, and the stars aligned, and I'm still here. Come by. That's why we on our Instagram post, never give up, guys. I'm gonna rephrase that. Never give up on your passion. Never give up on something you want to do. Um, on your passion. Never give up on something you want to do. Um, because sometimes it is. Sometimes there is a time to quit. It's okay to quit sometimes. Because, you know, sometimes things don't work out and you find something else that does. And when you find it, when you find it, you know, like, dude, like when you find it and you feel so lost in life and you finally find that one thing that you wanted to do and you finally realize, like, and you can picture in your mind, I want to do this for the rest of my life. And you're gonna have a lot of those moments. I've had about 3 times in my life I thought I was gonna do this forever. I was like, yes, I'm gonna do this forever. Then I got bored of it. Yes, I want to do this. Then I got bored of it. This one, this was funny because this happened twice. I wanted to make videos when I was 13, and I want to make videos again. And I've always been in this kind of creative circle my entire life, and I kind of realized what I wanted to do as an encompassing thing more broadly is like I want to entertain people, and which is why I think teaching is also a job that suits me because I'm basically just entertaining them and I'm teaching them and I'm talking to people, and I think that's why it fits me better than working in an office on a phone like this. Hi, this is Mason from Media Company. So today, can I speak to the director of marketing, please? Yeah, I'll hold. And you look at your piece of paper, you look at a piece of paper of all the lies you're gonna spew, and you're like, "Hi, my name is Mason from Media Company, and I was taking a look at your site, and like, wow, it is so amazing, and I love what you're doing. And I was wondering if you're doing any advertising right now." Oh, no, you're not doing any advertising. Well, if you want to, if you would let me, I would like to send I would like to get your email so I can send you a media packet so you can look over it. Okay, cool. So what's the email? Okay, so what is it? I don't care about what you want to sell me. Okay, at gmail.com. Okay. Thank you. Send the email and you never get a response. Is that me? Is that me? Is that you? No, thank you. Yamaguchi. Hey, I'm right beside you right now. I'm in Hiroshima right now. You got to go all in on your passion, bro. You got to breathe and live your brand, which is why, like, dude, that book by, sorry, you got to breathe it. That's why I was like, bro, I'm willing to spend every week on this brand and working on it, streaming more, putting out more content, putting out other content on the other things because I want to, and it's fun. I love creating things. I love talking to you guys. When I started this stream, I was like, I know it's gonna show up. Maybe like 10. I was like, I know it's gonna show up. Maybe like 10 people are gonna show up. What do we got? We had like 29, 30 viewers today. That's crazy, bro. You guys are insane. People are gonna show up. What do we got? We had like 29, 30 viewers today. That's crazy, bro. You guys are insane. deep into that. Deep into that. Lakampai, bro. Economic collapse in Japan will globally close glad for you anyway soon. Probably. Might as well live our best life, guys. Like, the economy's about to, guys, like, the economy's about to go, like, we're all doomed. Climate's going to shit. Like, we're all doomed. Climate's going to shit. So is the economy. Why spend your life being a corporate slave? Please don't slap the mic. Did I slap the mic? Oh, sorry. Hello, my name is Hunter at gmail.com. I gotta go to Horse. You got time? Don't bother. I'm leaving tomorrow. Someday you'll find that one thing you want to do the most, and you realize the true answer to patience and virtue. Yes. There you go, Andy San. There you go, bro. See? Andy San's making moves. Andy San's making moves. It's never too late, bro. It's never too late. All right, guys. You know what I can never really get into? Like, I was reading all these books, right? I was like, I was reading these books, right? And I was like, one thing that all had in common about being successful and all successful people, habits of successful people, is meditation. And I honestly understand it, but I just can't get into it. I can't get into meditation. I don't know why. And I know I should, and I should at least kind of try it for a week. I've tried it one or two times, but like I can't get into it. I don't know what it is about meditation. I just can't with meditation. I don't know why. I don't know why. My Wi-Fi's going on. There you go. Sorry. What about streaming on Twitch? Nope, no Twitch. No Twitch for me. That is for another day why we don't stream on Twitch. And it's funny because I had the VOD before, but I deleted it. So it's ending, but as long as I have my strong zeros, I'm fine. Of course. I've tried it, but it takes me a while to get into that state. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard, man. It's a skill, but it's always highly recommended. I don't know, but what I've done is if I look at my schedule here, and I've kind of set up the entire content stream for the channel moving forward. And you can see just by this calendar here of what I have planned. And that's gonna do that because there's actually the names of videos on there. So don't want to show that because that's how kind of ahead is. So I pretty much have like something to do with the brand every single day while doing work. But what I've done and what I recommend to anybody who is going through some sort of grind or the grind is that hey, burnout is real. So you have to have a day where you don't do anything related to work and you just chill. And for me, that is Tuesday. So my Tuesday is clean. Like I don't do anything that day because that's my holiday for me. It used to be for me Sunday, but even Monday on one of my weekends, like I'll do a live stream on Monday, gonna do some branding on Monday, gonna do a video recording on Monday or something, and then Tuesday is gonna be the day where I just do nothing because burnout is real. So anybody who is grinding, you have the one at least one day where you do nothing. Just chill and veg because you're gonna burn out and then what's gonna happen? You're screwed. So that's my advice for you. Oh, breathing intentionally when you go on my walks. That's good. Insight timer, try for 6 minutes. Okay, I'll try that one. I'll try that one out. Yeah, it's mindfulness. Mindfulness also helps you be more empathetic as well. One of the other big habits I was reading about in basically in for habits of successful people and stuff is empathy is a big thing. Empathy is a big thing when it comes to being any kind of successful person or effective person or whatever. Like empathy and like business and success, like empathy is a huge thing. And I encourage you all to be more empathetic and kind of think about how the other person is feeling. And if you have a big imagination like I do, it's a lot easier because all you got to do is just imagine what it's like and it's easier. But for those of you who do not have such a big imagination, it does take a little bit of extra effort and a little bit of self narration to be an empathetic person. And it's something I'm still working on, obviously. Like, it's so easy to get full of myself. It's so easy for me to get full of myself. So, being empathetic is a challenge, but at the same time, it's very useful to be empathetic. At the same time, it's very useful to be empathetic, guys. So, and it's just good virtue. Just think about and care about other people's feelings. And Japan will help you with that too, to stop being less selfish. And that's one thing I've kind of learned by being in Japan is to be less selfish because when you are being selfish, it really shows.
I dealt with bursitis in my hips when I was sitting down too long editing, so I couldn't sit down if I wanted to. So I had to stop editing for like 2 to 3 weeks before I sit down for an extended time to edit again. Why don't you get a standing desk, my boy? Oh, oh my God. I'm not gonna approve that. I'm not gonna approve this comment, but yes, I understand, Q-sama. I can't lie though, that does work. That does work. I can't approve the message because I'll get demonetized. And you don't want monetized. And you don't want your boy to get demonetized, do you? Yeah, yeah, like empathy is a skill you have to actively work on. There's a great book I want to there's a great book. If you haven't read it, I 100% recommend you read this book to get started on your nonfiction studies. And it's called, and I'm sure if you read any nonfiction, you know this book, and it is called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey. And of course, there are people who don't agree with this method, but I'm going to share it with you really quickly about what you should kind of build as a foundation as a character. And it's easier said than done, honestly. You got to put a lot of work into it, but at least knowing about it is going to help you. So number 1 is being proactive. Number 2, begin with the end in mind. Don't spend your life working aimlessly, tackling whatever job comes to hand. Have a vision for the future and align your actions accordingly to make it into a reality. Put first things first. To prioritize your work, focus on what's important, meaning the things that you bring closer to your vision of the future. Don't get distracted by urgent but ultimately unimportant tasks. And Japan suffers with that a lot. Next, think win-win. This is a big one. This is a big one. You guys really need to think about, especially as content creators, especially when you deal with people. Thinking win-win. When negotiating with others, don't try to get the biggest slice of the pie, but rather find a division that is acceptable and beneficial to all parties. You'll still get your fair share and build strong, positive relationships in the process. This is huge. This is huge. I'm actually signing it as thankfully having one of the guest house I'll be living in. Always push to the left. Doesn't everything lie dormant in all of us? Yeah, we always have to activate. That's right. Number five. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. This was a big one for me about listening. And because I talk a lot and I'm always thinking of things in my head. And I kind of realized that I don't listen to people and I don't listen sometimes. And the big thing is like you can tell someone's not listening to you, like when they talk to you or something. And just as much as having their phone on their desk or them checking their phone like that, they're not listening to you. So it's a big thing for you to just kind of like sit there, give them eye contact, and show that you're listening. And Japanese culture will also teach you that too, to show that you're actively listening with Aizuchi. Um, Synergize. Adopt a guiding principle that the contributions of many will far exceed the sum of total individual contribution. This will help you achieve your goals. So, like, do small things. Work on the small things. All the small things. Do that and work towards your goal. The next one, sharpen the saw. Don't work yourself to death. Strive for a sustainable lifestyle that affords you time to recuperate and recharge so that you can stay effective in the long term. That is why this tip right here is why I have that one day off. And maybe Monday I'll probably chill too. I probably won't work too much on Mondays either. I'll probably just do a little bit of brand management here and there, but I want to have my weekend just to be the weekend, bro. And then like maybe I'll just wake up early in the morning, like 7:30, and I don't have to work till 2:30, right? So I'll just wake up early and get stuff done and then kind of just pound it out, which is why I'm working. That's why I'm trying to have the content ahead of time so I can just pace myself with the lifestyle. I'm trying to automate everything, have everything kind of automated. So basically what I've been doing this whole week is basically instead of making content, which I made last week, now it's more just focusing on management. I'm just managing it now. I'm interacting with you guys, talking to you guys in the community and doing all that stuff. And it's more fun. Like making the content is fun. And once it's said and done, it's like, cool, it's done. I can't wait for people to see it. I can't wait for to release it. But now I have more time to just interact with you guys and connect with you guys. Right. And that's really the bread and butter, right? The community in this day and age. Right. Half the battle is your content. The other half is engaging with the community, right? Yeah, but the thing is, and that you say that I can listen pretty actively while on my phone though too. There's a great example about that, Andy, and I'm about to tell you why I used to think the same way. And then when I read this part, I was like, oh, I see. Where is it? Let me find it. Seek to listen, seek to listen, seek to listen, seek to listen, seek to listen. Here we go. Where the hell is it? Trying to find it. I think it's at the beginning. Anyway, so what it was is like there was an anecdote where there's a kid and a father, right? And the father is at the table reading his newspaper, right? And the kid is talking to him, telling him about his day and what he did at school and stuff. And then the father is just reading the newspaper, blah blah blah. And he's like, and the kid's mad. He's like, Dad, you weren't listening to me. You weren't listening to me. And he's like, Yeah, I was. And the dad puts down his newspaper. He looks at the kid and he's like, you did this, blah 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 blah. And he told him exactly what the kid told him, and the kid was still mad. And the reason why is because people don't care if you listen as much as they care about making a connection with you and having the interaction with you. He would have rather had the dad just look at him and talk to him and engage with him in the storytelling and not remembering everything rather than him just spouting with it. So it's not about being like, uh-huh, yeah, uh-huh, cool, cool. It's more about engaging and being a part and making a human connection with someone. So once I read that and I was like, holy crap, I do that so much. I used to just be on my phone and listen to people like, yeah, that's cool. But now I'm like consciously aware. I'll put my phone away and I'll listen to them and I'll listen to them. So that's why it's more about the connection you want to make with people rather than just being able to oh yeah, look at me, I can multitask, but I'm not invested in your I'm not it subconsciously tells someone like I don't care, I'm not invested. This is more important to me than what you're telling me right now. And it's crazy. It can be as subtle as this. So let's say you're at the desk, right? Oh, my pants are undone. Oh, why did it do that? It can be like this, right? So you can have your phone on the table like this. So let's say you're having a conversation and you're like, yeah, so like we're talking at school, blah, blah, blah. At least when you have the phone down here and there's nothing here, right? You're just like, oh, yeah, yeah, you were going to have it done. You're just talking. At least we know that we're having a conversation. But as soon as my phone is on the table like this here shows me the partner. This shows me if you're looking at me right now and I see this on the table and you're talking to me and I have this on the table, this subconsciously tells me right now that this is in the back of your mind. Like if something were to happen, the first thing you're going to do is look at it and go, yep, uh-huh. And that means subconsciously you're not looking at me. You're looking at the phone. So that's an easy, actionable step you can take right now, tomorrow, today, when you talk to someone. And when I talk to somebody and I'm with my girlfriend or whatever, I put my phone in my bag, man. I don't have it out. And another thing I've done as well, and I think to help you guys a lot, is I turn off notifications on my phone for social media. I turn it off. Obviously, I'll check it because I'm addicted, but you turn it like you see the power of turning off notifications and not being distracted. Because then what it does is you're forcibly, intentionally putting time to check your messages and check your things and make engagements, which is what I had to do. And now that I'm trying to engage a lot with the community, I'm still going to keep that principle of not having it on. I feel so much less stress not having all those notifications, like and always being distracted. That's one step you can make today. You should buy my new book. Sorry. That's like that scene when. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I didn't know about that. I don't watch that show, but bro, every something you realize towards someone you make time to listen to problem. Exactly. Exactly. Looking good. Hey, Renato, how you doing? Good evening. Naruto, how you doing? Sorry for the late response. I was in the middle of a train of thought. I'm getting better at it, but it's hard to make eye contact while having a conversation. Well, you don't have to like stare them down. You just at least like show that you're engaged. Like I don't like making eye contact either. Like when I'm listening, I'll usually look down. I'll be like, yeah, 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 yeah. But making eye contact while having a conversation. Well, you don't have to like stare them down. You just at least like show that you're engaged. Like I don't like making eye contact either. Like When I'm listening, I'll usually look down. I'm like, yeah, 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 yeah. But at least I'm giving them social cues or verbal cues that I'm still listening. I don't like making eye contact either. Another thing you could do to command respect today is that when you're talking to someone, you say their name. So if I were to meet Andy for the first time, like, you know what, Andy, I think that's a really great idea, and I think what you're doing is great, and we should definitely do a collab together, Andy, and I think that's great. Like you can just do that, but when you're doing that, make sure you do it with everybody in the room. Like if it's in a group setting, don't just say Andy, right? You want to go to everybody in the room or address them by name, or it's gonna look creepy. So make sure. Yeah, yeah, on camera it's pretty hard too. I know that's pretty hard for me too. It's annoying. I agree. I put my phone in my bag when I'm with my friend. That's a good decision, man. What if my side chick calls you? Then you're screwed. Yo, the kid, what's up? Stream, woo! We have been on stream for an hour and 25 minutes on internet Wi-Fi. And I don't know. My tape on my Wi-Fi pocket Wi-Fi is broken, so I don't know how much longer this is gonna last. But this has been a very motivational Monday, even though it's Thursday, and it's all thanks to you guys coming out, and it's great. Connection's unstable though, but just got home and saw this. Well, the good part is the kid is that you'll be able to watch the live stream VOD as well, and you guys can watch all the VODs on the channel itself on the Maydaysan live playlist as an unlisted playlist, so it doesn't take up the upload feed. Another thing we did today is also we also reorganized. I also reorganized the channel's playlists. So if you're trying to look for the playlist and you're looking for the old names, Maydaysan in Japanese school and stuff, they have been changed to be more in line with the brand. So now it's the kind of slogan of the brand now is comedy of life in Japan. So we have the comedy of life in Japan, which is general Japan. We have the comedy of English teaching, which is obviously English teaching, and we have the comedy of Nihongo, which is going to be like jokes about Japanese jokes. Then we have the Maydaysan Live, and then we have the Maydaysan Talks playlist on the channel so you guys can all see. And if you want an even easier experience, you can join us on the Discord for free right now with the link in the description down below, where it has access to all those channels, all in their own separated things. We have a chat room, we have a Nihongo room, we have a ventilation channel, we have an Unchi Unko time where you can just shit post. And now we also have a feedback session and also an idea section. And right now, as of this week, Discord and Patreons get early access to the video. So the video is coming out on Friday. If you want to watch it early, it is going to be live till 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. So another 7 hours or so. So make sure you watch it before it goes back to private and scheduled again for the Friday release. So that's something I like to give away to obviously patrons because they give me money. So yeah, obviously they got to get it first. And then Discord fam, we have a really really good connection with us and the Discord fam, and all the discussions we have and all the late nights we stay up talking to each other on the Discord. So I'd like to get back to you guys as out. Anyway, how do you get your ideas for skits? It's funny you asked that. It's funny you asked that. It's funny you asked that. It's funny you asked that because my girlfriend was telling me that like she read in a book that like people who can come up with ideas, who can just like actually like when they're like when like nothing is when they're not thinking about anything and they're not doing anything, they're just coming up with creative ideas, like they're like of a talent. And I was like, oh crap, I guess that's me. How do I come up with ideas? And I like to call it my shower thoughts. Like what I'll do is when I'm going to work or whatever, I ride my bike and I don't listen to music or anything, right? So it's just me and my thoughts. And I think of ideas. I just think of like crazy, stupid ideas, like a little tiny, like a bit or a punchline. I'll think of something stupid or some sort of lead in, and I'll write it down. I'll write it down immediately on my phone. I'll be like, hey Siri, write me a note, or I write it down, just the punchline, and then I go back to it and then I kind of develop it. Sometimes I think of an idea just like it's amazing, and immediately just pop off with that idea and I write the idea right away. Sometimes the ideas take long. Sometimes they take a week. They take 2 weeks of refining, and sometimes I make them on the same day they come out, which is kind of why I was a little bit against making content before making content ahead of time, but I realized I could just kind of change out the content, change the scheduling, so it should be good. There is a not safe for work section. It's the hentai section. Would I blow a midget for 9 million yen? Yes. I learned in Japan to drop the equivalent of so desu and height from time to time in language. So speaking to show I'm engaged. Yes, 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 yes. Let's see here. How long did it take me to make that Salaryman song? You guys want to know the story of that? I made that song last year in the summer of 2018. Yes, or 17? No, 18, 18. And I was at my friend's house in Chigasaki, and we were just chilling and drinking and takoyaki party, and then he had a guitar, and then I was just like randomly jamming on the guitar, and then I just started improvising. I started going like doo 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 doo, and then I started just making. I literally just made the song on the spot in like 2 minutes, and I was like, and they're like, oh my god, miss, you should just start making video. You should really just start making that. You could become famous off that. I was like, nah, 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 and then basically a month later or 2 weeks later, I went into my oh my god, did you just get Grouse Coke sold on it? Oh, I'm dead, dude. I'm dead. I basically, I basically, I took that idea and we kind of made it as a group together. I don't want to be a salary man, and people were dying. We were laughing, having a great time, and that was the inception of that song. So I brought it into the studio, my little home studio at home, and I recorded a demo of that last year, and then I ended up recording demos for 12 other songs, and those demos you can hear on Patreon on the Oh My Gaijin demo reel. And it wasn't until this year that I decided to debut my music, because I've been making music on my Mason Day music channel for about 10 years. And I kind of stopped to focus on comedy channel and stuff like that. And then I was like, you know what? I think this would be. I took a risk. I was like, yo, I'm gonna try and not make a skit for once. And I wanted to debut this. I want to debut this music. I think it'll be funny. And to my surprise, a lot of people really enjoy it. I think that video has like the highest like ratio per view. Like it has like 200 likes or something for the amount of views it has. So I was like, wow, people are actually like this. So hoping to release more music in the future. The rest of those demos that the world hasn't heard. There actually is two other songs on my Mason Day music channel. There are two other songs that I plan to release on this channel as full songs, but until that time, no. I've also thought of another new song that I want to write as well, and we've also written a few songs on stream. The Renato song, and the I Want Shakai Hoken song, and there's other songs that we've written. And the cool part about that album, which I really like, is I think that this might that actually might be that might actually be that I want to be a salary man might actually be the real inception of Maydaysan as a channel, because that song was the kind of the first. It was kind of the first sprout, the first budding of an idea of me parodying or making fun of Japanese culture and being so incredibly blunt with it. Because one of the what is it? The Starking features? What is it? Whatever. The special things about those songs is that they're not like abstract. They're not using any metaphors. There's no metaphors in any of those songs. They're just straight up blunt. This is literally what it is, and there's nothing artistic about it. I'm just literally telling you what it is like. And I think that is, and those series of songs and everything I wrote kind of led up to this idea that, like, yo, maybe I should just take what I've been doing and kind of combine it together with that artisticness and just kind of put it all together and try and do something, which is, I think, a very, very big, now that I think about it, probably a big contributing factor to why Maydaysan in Japan is the way it is now. And yeah, that's cool. You kind of just blew my own mind there, the kid. Um, Haru. Is Haru a real person or a real gorilla? I'm sure we've all heard the Haru story. There is actually there's a podcast on the Maydaysan podcast channel, on the Maydaysan Talks channel. You can subscribe to that channel. I think it's in the description. I forget. It's either in the description or it's on the channel page on the right. There's a video about the origin of Hello, My Name is Haru. But basically, he was a kid in my very first year class or second year class. He was just a little kid, and he was just like he came into the room, and I was doing my self intro, and he's just like sitting on the left side of me. He's like, "Hello, my name is Haru." I was like, "Okay, cool. So what are we gonna do today?" "Hello, my name is Haru." I'm like, "Okay, cool." He's like, "Hello, my name is Haru. Hello, my name is Shinsuke. Hello, my name is Rata." And I was like, "Oh my god." So then I told that to my girlfriend, and she's like, "Oh my god, that's so funny." And then basically when I made that ALT video, which by the way, the very first Hello My Name is Haru video was made on the same day I filmed it. I think I literally just randomly made it. And I was just like, I threw that joke after the first cut of that video, and I decided to make the second cut, and I was like adding other jokes to it. She's like, and I added "Hello, my name is Haru" just for her, because I knew she was gonna find it funny, and she was dying when she heard it because it was an inside joke, right? It was just an inside joke between the two of us, and then she was the one who came up with 26. Because she's like, "Oh, girl, people say that, people say that." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, I'll put that in." I put that in very, very last minute, and then I didn't realize, and I've said this so many times on the channel, it's almost like a broken record, but it's incredibly humbling. But um, I didn't realize how so many people related to Haru, man. It's crazy. Well, guys, my beer is done. The night is winding down, and I have my last day of training tomorrow. And honestly, I got to take a massive dump, and I don't think you guys want to be there for that. And I'll get demonetized in a second. So I think we are gonna finish the stream now. 1 hour and a half. And I think we had a wonderful time with all you guys. It has been a great, great stream. I'm gonna have to look through it tomorrow and make up some timestamps. Get the timestamps together. What we talked about. Change the titling a bit so you guys can watch it. Um, and yeah, thank you so much for coming out. I'd like to do a few little promotional things as well before we go. Again, early access for the newest video, which is coming out on Friday in the Discord and Patreon, but it is going to be disabled and back to private and scheduled in 7 hours. So make sure you spend your time watching that video and showing support to the channel. It's my little gift to you, and we're going to be doing that from now on. The second thing is subscribe to Maydaysan Talks for podcast channel stuff, and we'll see you guys soon. I'm going to run an ad just to finish off the stream. If you guys want to support me financially, go ahead and watch the ad. If you guys have ad block, then whatever, it doesn't matter. I understand too. I would do the same thing. But if you want, you can watch the ad. If not, then you can just watch me play with this cup for 30 seconds, and then we're going to finish from there. And guys, thank you so much for coming out. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Thank you so much. We're almost at 3,000 subscribers. And we will see you on Friday and a live stream on Monday. And hopefully it'll all be Gucci. All right, guys. Here comes capitalism. All right, for those of you who have ad blocker on and are not watching, you can watch me touch this cup in an inappropriate way for 30 seconds, just in case you don't have ads. Hi, my name is Mason, and today I'm going to be showing you how to use a green cup. So the first thing you want to do is get some green tea and smother it all over the cup. The next thing you want to do is steal the same material you got from China and make a jade cup. And YouTube Premium, I don't know what that is. I know what it is, but anyway, the cool thing about a cup is that you can basically use it to drink. You could also put some ice cream in it, and you can get 2 girls and 1 cup, and you all can have a fun party. Thanks for watching this advertisement, and we'll see you guys next time.